Okay, so I had a question that said, what is the mass of 2.17 times 10 to the 25 lithium atoms? And it asks for this in grams. So if you remember, we can go from grams to mole to molecule to atom. And that's, of course, if there's a molecule being used. Or we can go backwards from atom to molecule, molecule to mole, mole to gram. And in this case, we've got atoms, so we're gonna go to grams from atoms. Now again, it's not a molecule. Lithium is not paired with another atom. And so if it had been, it would have been a molecule, but it's not. So you can actually just skip that. Just pretend it doesn't even exist and go atom to mole to gram. So let's go ahead and start with what we got, 2.17 times 10 to the 25 atoms, lithium atoms specifically. I should probably write that. And again, if this is atoms, we're going to put atoms down here. And we want to go to mole. Well, the relationship between atoms and moles is that we know there's 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd anything in a mole. And so because we're talking about atoms, it's 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms in a mole. Now we've made it to mole town. If this is mole, we must put mole here. We're going to put gram up here. That's our ultimate destination. And now we just have to ask ourselves what the relationship between those two things is. Well, according to the periodic table, lithium has a mass of 6.941 grams per mole. So now when we go to calculate this, a very common mistake is that people forget PEMDAS. So they either don't put this in parentheses, and then in which case they move this times 10 to the 23rd up to the top accidentally in their calculator, or they don't do the way that I personally like to do it, which is if it's in the denominator, it gets a division sign in front of it. What I mean by that is I would say 2.17 times 10 to the 25 times 6.941 divided by 6.022 divided by 10 to the 23rd. And atoms cancel, mole cancels. This will leave us with units of grams. So when I enter this in my calculator, 2.17 times 10 to the 23rd, or excuse me, times 10 to the 25, times 6.941 divided by 6.022 divided by 10 to the 23rd, I get an answer of 2.50 times 10 to the 2, which could be denoted 2.50 E2. All right, hope that helps. Have a good one.